menace for this Lady Lions squad. She was a 2023 Defensive Player of the Year in the Southland Conference, so no stranger to getting her hands dirty on the defensive end. As we get the fourth quarter underway, Lady Lions have the possession. Cheyenne Daniels off the left side of the window, and good. Lady Lions extend it to 5, 59-54.
Cheyenne Daniels just went right at Alexis Markowski, one of the best centers, maybe the best center in the entire Big Ten Conference, and just flexed on her after she just muscled that layup through, Justice.
Swing it over to Nisley, now to Alberty Rimdahl on the inside, up with a layup, counted and a foul. The hoop and the harm for Alberty Rimdahl as she tries to cut this to a 2-point ball game.
Nice baseline drive, getting by Horn, and Rimdahl could potentially make this just a 2-point game.
So Alberty Rimdahl, like Arden talked about earlier, a member of the Danish national team since 2020, as she draws this one back to a 2-point ball game.
And she got to start in place of Britt Prince, one of the top recruits in the entire country for this Nebraska Cornhuskers team with that sprained ankle, and she has been a solid option with 11 points now in the night.
As Pierre trying to dance against Widener. It's Alexander goes into the body of Natalie Potts and draws a foul. With 9:08 left to play.
Strong drive, right hand. Potts just a little bit late, shuffling her feet. And that's a shooting foul, so Alexander has a chance for 2 to make it a 4-point game.
Lexi Alexander, transferred in from Nichols, like we said, former McDonald's All-American nominee in her senior year of high school as she misses the front end. A Southland Conference All-Second Teamer last year, averaged 9. She averaged 14 last season, averaging 9 this season. As she goes 0 for a big goose egg in that column for Lexi Alexander. She's unable to convert either of the shots from the charity stripe.
That's a tough trip as well, as Nebraska could potentially take the lead now.
Widener with it, Huskers down by a deuce. Swing it over to Nisley, skip past Potts. Left wing 3 on the way, she cans it for the lead. Natalie Potts, as Nebraska leads 60-59, their first lead of the ball game.
That's Potts' 4th three-pointer of the day on just 5 tries. It is insane inside Pinnacle Bank Arena right now.
Alexius Horn, she's got 21. Skips it inside to Alexander, trying to work her way through. Potts too strong off the window, no good. As they jump around for the rebound, Tyriana Sibley comes down with it for the Lady Lions. As Pierre will just try to calm it down. Daniels left all alone, drops it in. And the Lady Lions restore their advantage to 1.
Daniels now with 9 points. She kept that possession alive, tipped up the basketball on the rebounding effort, kept it away from the outstretched arms of the Huskers, and allowed for that second chance opportunity.
So back it goes to Widener. Now inside, Markowski. And Potts drives in. She's got a layup opportunity off the left side of the window, and good. Natalie Potts with the scoop. She's up to 16 on the afternoon.
Hasn't been Markowski's day offensively, so Natalie Potts has really filled up the scoreboard up there in the front court for Nebraska.
As this place is juiced to the gills. As Potts diving on the floor for the loose ball, who's got it? Alberty Rimdahl comes away with it. Huge steal from Natalie Potts. Winder going into the body of Pierre, and a blocking foul will go against Jalencia Pierre. Possession will stay on the end line. 7:27, Huskers lead by 1.
Yeah, we've got plenty of time left in this ball game. It has been a fun one in Lincoln. Couple of 1-0 teams, and Nebraska tries to hold off Southeastern Louisiana here at home.
Like you said, couple of 1-0 teams, and head coach Ayla Gazzardo in her 8th season, trying to instill a winning culture in this program. 97-99 career record as a Lady Lions head coach. She has instilled success and confidence as an offensive foul goes against Petra Bojan. Trying to instill confidence, and that'll help instill confidence. An offensive foul against Petra Bojan, her 2nd of the afternoon.
Yeah, got to take another look at it. Looks like Bojan looks pretty surprised to see the face of Logan Nisley as well, and the boos are coming out inside PBA. They don't like that offensive foul call.
Well, the fans certainly not a fan of that officiating decision, as Southeastern Louisiana and Jalencia Pierre will take over, trailing by 1 on the road. What a huge victory this would be if Southeastern Louisiana could continue to try to pull this off. Taylor Bell with the ball now, guarded by Potts. Up to Alexius Horn. She's the leader for this Lady Lions squad at 21. Trying to back down on Rimdahl. defensive specialist transferred in from Florida. Pierre with a left wing triple high. Archer on the way. That one off the left side of the rim. No good.
And you notice the Husker defense blitzing Horn that time, not letting her get an open look.
Rimdahl for three. Bullseye! Alberti Rimdahl from the left corner drills it. 3 3-pointers on the day for Alberti Rimdahl in place of Britt Prince.
Fantastic job in her first start in a Husker uniform. Rimdahl has been massive on the perimeter.
6:30 left to play. 65-61. Huskers have restored the advantage. It's Horn driving in, trying to scoop it, and a foul will be called. And it's going to go against Natalie Potts. Looks like Alexis Horn's going to the line for a couple of extras.
Potts now, I believe, with 3 fouls. Now make it 4 after that last one as we take another look at that 3 from Rimdahl. But then Horn able to just drive right, then left, get into the body of Natalie Potts. And she's 1 away from being done in this ballgame, which would be massive because she's got 16 points to lead the way for Nebraska. If she fouls out, that's her leading scorer heading to the bench the rest of the way.
Horn cans the first one. She sat out all of last season with an injury. It was a 2022-23 Southland Conference first teamer. An important piece of this Lady Lions squad as she's able to drop the deficit to 2.
Well, she has certainly looked refreshed and healthy here today. I mean, 23 points on 12 shots. That is almost a perfect type of game you'd want from Horn.
As Callan Hake has it, Huskers lead by 2. 6:15 left to play in the ball game. Southeastern Louisiana not going away at all. They have been gamed the entire contest.
And Nebraska has Petrie in now in there for Potts with the foul trouble.
Dump inside to Bojan. Right hook on the way, and she got it. Easy sky into the basket for Petra Bojan.
4 of 4 from the field. Double figures once again for the freshman.
Efficient. She had 12 in the opener against the University of Nebraska Omaha. Now she's got 11 tonight. 67-63 Huskers lead. Skip pass into the corner for Patton. Dump it down to Cheyenne Daniels going one-on-one against Petra Bojan, the freshman. Back out to Taylor Bell. Lady Lions have 5 to shoot. They've got to go. Jalencia Pierre got to step back. Bell stop and pop 3, just heaves it off the left side. No good. Huskers controlling in transition. Down low it goes to Jess Petrie, seeing some of her first action of the ball game.
These
and
are
a
big
foul
minutes.
will go against Taylor Bell. Like you say, in big minutes here, Jake.
Big minutes for Jess Petrie coming in with less than 6 to go in this ball game. She kind of got smacked up high. As now Kendall Moriarty looks to check in to come get Allison Widener.
The Huskers going with more size in this lineup here, Jake, dropping out Widener to give her a rest for the final stretch.
It seems like they're going to focus more on defense and keeping Southeastern Louisiana stuck at 63 points.
It's Alberti Rimdahl, kicks it out. Nata Callan Hake spinning her way inside, up and under off the window, too strong. Rebound to Alexis Horn.
Looks like she was trying to draw a foul that time. There was some physicality, but nothing called.
Halfway through the quarter, 5 minutes left to play in the ball game. 67-63 Huskers lead. Rimdahl deflects that one out of bounds. Possession will stay with the Lady Lions of Southeastern Louisiana. So the Huskers able to restore an advantage here. We'll see if they can hang on to that through the final stretch. 4:52 left to play. It's Alexis Horn to inbound for the Lady Lions. 15 on the shot clock. She's guarded closely by Moriarty. Boy, she pestering her all over. As now it's back to Patton on the right wing, trying to get a screen from Alexander, poked away by Hake. 1 second, she just heaves a prayer, and that one's not answered. It will go back to the Huskers. 67-63, they lead with 4:36 to play in the game.
Some crucial minutes down the stretch with Jess Petrie still out there without Natalie Potts or Alexis Markowski, but if the Huskers add just a couple more buckets and keep the defense strong, could potentially seal the deal right here.
As Petrie checks back in, it's Rimdahl, Petrie, Hake, Bojan, and Moriarty. It's Horn, Bell, Chamberlain. Alexander on the inside. Now a 3 from the top of the key from Petrie. That one rebounded inside by Alexander. As it's Bell, Chamberlain, Pierre, Horn, and Alexander.
And Now with less than 4:10 to go, both Potts and Markowski turn to the scorer's table.
As an offensive foul is going to go against Southeastern Louisiana as they're looking for an explanation. Gazzardo just over there laughing.
She's, at that point, just got to laugh off some of these calls that don't go her way, try to keep her composure. Still plenty of time to make this 4-point comeback. Just has to find a way to get this offense going. It's been over 2 minutes and 15 seconds since SLU has scored.
And so here comes Callan Hake, guarded by Jalencia Pierre. No points in the last 2 minutes and 24 for Southeastern Louisiana. Inside, Markowski off the window, muscles it up and in. Alexis Markowski making her presence known in the later stages of this game.
Big finish for Markowski. She won't add a double-double here tonight, but she can certainly finish this game strong enough for a victory.
Here's Alexis Horn. She's got 23 inside to Daniels. Trips and throws one up and doesn't get anything as Markowski threw it away to Pierre.
Such a sneaky defensive player. Pierre saves a possession potentially.
Horn spin move, and that one just a bit too strong as she tries to corral the rebound. She does, and a foul will go against Alexis Markowski as Alexia's Horn with the effort play to grab her own missed shot and put it back up. She'll head to the line for two.
Yeah, that possession started with Pierre making a nice little steal in the forecourt, and then Horn able to keep that play alive with a couple of extra chances on the rebounding effort.
So Horn will head to the line. Like we said, missed last season with injury. Was a 2019-2020 Southland Conference Freshman of the Year. She misses the first one. At 23 points, her career high is 28 against LSU. That's right, Louisiana State University. She's at 23, make it 24 as she splits the difference from the charity stripe.
Yeah, Horn is not afraid to go at some of the best teams in all the land, and that is exactly what she's done here tonight against Nebraska.
As Hake trying to control it against Pierre, who continues to pester her on the defensive end. Potts falls down. That one's picked off. Horn gets it deflected. Chamberlain able to scoop it up. And up to the right hand, just short rebound by Chamberlain. Gets her own miss, tries to scoop it up. And again, the Huskers get beat on the glass. A second chance opportunity for Chamberlain. She'll head to the line for two.
And you see, against Alexis Markowski, she wins the matchup somehow as the frustrations starting to build as this one is real tight down the stretch. I mean, a 5-point game, not something a lot of people expected from this contest.
So Kaylee Chamberlain transferred in from McNeese a couple of seasons ago, played in 25 games as a freshman. She was the Southland Conference Freshman of the Year at McNeese. Now trying to provide a spark for the Southeastern Louisiana Lady Lions squad as she nails both free throws and cuts the deficit to a 3-point ball game.
The collection of talent from head coach Ayla Gazzardo has been really impressive over the last few seasons.
69-66, Huskers lead, 2:52 left to play. Hake looking for the pass to Markowski, goes inside, and a foul will go against Jalecia Pierre.
All the Lady Lions looking confused, kind of shrugging their shoulders, not sure where the foul was right there, as Markowski just started to back down the much smaller Jalencia Pierre.
So Pierre in foul trouble. She's got 3. It takes 5 to foul out. Southeastern Louisiana hasn't scored a field goal in 5 minutes and 34 seconds. Huskers really ramping things up defensively. As Markowski nails the first of 2. She's been quiet today, Jake, but this is a Big Ten first-teamer selection in 2024. She's a Nebraska career double-double leader, and 3 times she's been on the Naismith Trophy watch list as she goes 1 for 2. A prolific player for this Nebraska squad.
And off the hands of the Lady Lions off the miss, so Nebraska will maintain possession now. Would have been a big rebound to get it back on offense and maybe cut it to a 1-possession game.
Just like you said, as now Logan Nisley inbounding. Gets it back from Markowski as Nisley tries to shake Pierre. Now it goes inside. One-on-one with Daniels as Markowski. Help from Horn. Kick up top. Hake with a triple on the way. That one a bit too strong off the left side. And a rebound to Kaylee Chamberlain as she is hounded by multiple Nebraska defenders. Here's Jalencia Pierre as the Lady Lions trail by 4. Almost gave it up to Alberti Rimdahl.
Yeah, Rimdahl up at the Nebraska end, applying pressure that high.
Pierre able to shake her momentarily inside to Alexander with a drop step, able to score over Hake and cut the deficit to 2.
She's got some size over Callan Hake, and another bucket for Alexander. 14 points on 12 shots today.
Well, just like Eric Collins of the Hornets said, they just won't go away, will they? Now Potts swings it over to Alberti Rimdahl. Rimdahl back to Hake. Wide open in the corner is Nisley. Bullseye! Logan Nisley, another triple. The Huskers lead by 5.
4 of 10, 40%. That's what you can expect from Logan Nisley in a ball game. Extremely good perimeter shooter.
Shot just a shade under 40% last year, 39.9 for the season. Prolific perimeter shooter. As now we tick down to 1:30 to play. Intercepted by Callan Hake. We got a tie up on the floor.
A timeout, Justice.
And it looks like a timeout. Natalie Potts was motioning for the timeout, was able to get it just in time, and the Huskers get a valuable position there on a heads-up play by Natalie Potts.
Both teams in the bonus as well, so some unforced contact will put either side to the free throw line. Not something you can afford down only by 5 points.
As a smart play by Southeastern Louisiana, pressuring full court to shorten the shot clock. Nisley into the corner for Rimdahl, looking for Markowski. One-on-one with Daniels on the inside. Markowski stepping through, and she's fouled by Jalencia Pierre on the inside, and that's going to be her 4th.
Markowski's done a great job tonight. When she doesn't dribble in the post, she keeps it high, but as she goes to the post, there's 2, 3, and even 4 defenders sometimes coming in to make things real challenging for the Lincoln native.
Markowski nets the first one, extends the advantage to 6. Like we said, Pierre with 4 fouls, 1 away from being out of the contest.
It's getting close to desperation time now for the Lady Lions.
And they put up a really good fight as Markowski's able to get both.
And it hasn't been because of bad defense. It's actually been pretty good defense from both sides. It's just been an amazing offensive night for the Huskers and the Lady Lions.
As Jalencia Pierre brings it up, drops it in to the elbow for Horn, trying to scoop it up off the right window, too strong, and a rebound collected by Natalie Potts.
And at what point do you start fouling? Shot clock is still separating, but...
And a foul's going to go against Lexi Alexander. As they answer your question pretty swiftly, 49 seconds left to play. And with the Huskers in the bonus, Callan Hake will head to the line to shoot a 1-and-1.
Down by 7 points. I get, trying to force a steal or a turnover, especially kind of when you can trap a player like Callan Hake up near the midline. But with such little time on the clock, down this much, you kind of have to save as much time as possible.
And when you talk about the comparison, the points in the paint, Southeastern Louisiana has 40. They've won the points off turnovers battle as Callan Hake goes 1 for 2 at the line. Because Southeastern Louisiana will inbound with Alexius Horn. Out of the timeout, they move up to the coach's side, so they get it in their own half. Horn driving in, jumper on the way, just a bit too strong for everything. Rebound inside by Kaylee Chamberlain, tapped around. Ball flying around everywhere. Someone's got to get control of it. Finally, Alexis Markowski stakes her claim. Up ahead, Potts ran all alone, swatted away by Lexi Alexander, but a foul.
Amazing hustle to get all the way down the court, and you see Potts try to set her feet, and oh my goodness, Alexander nearly found all ball that time. Potts maybe doing a good job selling the contact.
Just got that outstretched arm of Natalie Potts. Potts the leading scorer for this Huskers team today. She's got 16, make it 17 with that made free throw. And we talked about the improvement in three-point shooting. She's 4 for 5 today. She shot 25.4% a season ago, so a marked improvement from last year. Inside, Potts corrals the rebound as Markowski corralled that one as Potts went 1 for 2 at the line, As Hake will try to dribble this out. About 3-second difference between the shot and the game clock. 10 seconds left. Huskers up 77-68, just trying to dribble it out for one final possession. As Hake's going to draw the contact against Jalencia Pierre, and that will be the end of her afternoon with 5 personal fouls.
Yeah, and that one's going to hurt for Callan Hake. Just kind of scraped her knee hard on the floor, slid about 3 or 4 feet as well. That cannot feel good.
And so Jalencia Pierre will end her day. 6 points, 3 for 6 shooting, 4 assists, 4 rebounds, but pushed the pace tremendously for the Southeastern Louisiana squad.
Yeah, she was. I mean, the defense was as advertised for Pierre, applying a ton of defensive pressure on this Nebraska backcourt all night long.
Yeah, 3 steals on the day for Jalencia Pierre. Certainly helped in the turnover margin. Haight goes 1 for 2. Huskers lead by 10, 78-68. As Horn will get it ahead, Chamberlain triggers the 3. It's too late for everything, and Nebraska survives a scare in Pinnacle Bank Arena. They win this one 78-68. Jake, what a game we were treated to here on Big Ten Plus.
One of the best games that you'll see early in the non-conference section for Nebraska. And for Southeastern Louisiana, this one's got to hurt that you don't pick up the victory, but when you really think about it overall at the end, this is a fantastic effort against one of the better teams in the entire country, and to be able to do this on the road has to give the Lady Lions so much confidence going into the rest of their season.
It absolutely does. Some key scorers for the game. Alexia's Horn with 24, 4 shy of her career high. 7 rebounds by Lexi Alexander and 5 assists by Alexia's Horn. Southeastern Louisiana controlled the game at halftime, but ultimately fell to this Husker squad, bolstered by Natalie Potts, leading the team in points and rebounds, 17 and 7 for Potts.
Yeah, Nebraska's got to be encouraged that even when Markowski doesn't have her perfect game, they can still come out and find some other options.
As we're going to send it down to Arden Lockheim in a little bit, but just real quick, Jake, like we talked about, Nebraska closed it out with an 8-0 run over the last minute and 53. As we send it down to Arden Lockheim with the player of the game, Natalie Potts. Arden, take it away.
Natalie, 17 points today, 14 in the second half. What did you tell yourself at the break to get yourself and the team going?
We just needed a momentum booster, and I think that just coming in to do what I do is a big boost.
Made a really heads-up play calling the timeout there after Callan got that nice steal. In your second year coming off freshman honors, do you feel like you kind of have more of that knowledge under your belt to make game-time decisions like that?
We work on a lot of situational stuff at practice, and I think that's given me the confidence to know when to do that.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Close this one out.